Hello, my loves. Your favorite fabulous fairy here, and today I want to talk to you about creating distance. So, sadly, in some twin flame relationships, we get into the stagnant place where we keep giving the same, they keep giving us the same, and we might even start changing up what we're doing to better ourselves, and they're not giving us the progress that we wish we had back. In these moments, it's time to take a step back, and it's time to create a little bit of distance. Well, I know distance is the last thing you want. You want union. So you're thinking, why am I creating distance between me and this person? I love them so much. I'm trying everything I can do to get these people back in my life. The problem is this. If you're still there and they know that, what do they have to change for? If they know that they can dangle a little carrot in front of your face and say, hey, I'm going to pick you up Saturday, and they say this all the time, and then Saturday comes around and they flake on you, and they do this all the time, what is going to cause them to change? Nothing, because at the end of the day, they know you're there. Well, why aren't they coming to you in the first place? It's self-remorse. It's a fear of commitment, because if they finally commit to you, then one day you might leave, and if you leave, then they'll be lost, because they will be lost without you. So instead they pull away, because then the ball is in their court. If the ball is in their court, then that means that they can have the comfort of knowing, well, I walked away so I can go back anytime I want to. They'll be there for me. They'll be waiting for me. They'll miss me because I went away. But if I was with them and I screw up, or they find out I'm not perfect, then they might leave me, and if they leave me, then they're gone forever, and I will have lost them forever, and then I will be devastated with my life. So instead of giving themselves that chance, or giving you the chance to show them that you're wrong, or that they are wrong, and that you're going to be there for them no matter what, they run away. They run away. They continue to give you false promises. Oh, come with me this weekend. Oh, do this, do that. Maybe you're with them, and then their attitude is horrible. Maybe they say they're going to see you, but they never show up. There's lots of situations like this that I hear with my clients all the time, and it's very, very sad. The thing is, you have to change something. You have to make the change. You have to force the change. So, if their behavior is to call you, set up something, and then not show up, your behavior needs to change. Your behavior needs to be either do not respond, or when you respond, be not available, or tell them straight up your truth. Look, every time I say yes, you don't show up. That hurts me. I can no longer say yes because I want you to want this. But it's not going to help me if I keep wanting you to want this and you don't want this. Whatever comes to your mind, whatever is your truth, that's what you need to speak. But don't let yourself being a yo-yo. Don't let this thing keep going on. If somebody's patterns have not changed, you need to change your pattern. Force the change. Force the change by forcing a different action. If you change your actions, it's going to have to force a different change out of them, because they're going to have to rethink the whole plan. They think like this. Oh, well, last week I called her and I said, I'm going to be there, and then I canceled. And then the week before I did the same thing, but she always says yes. So as long as I do that, she's not going to go date anybody else, because she knows there's a chance I might show up, but I'm not ready to have her, so I'm not actually going to show up. Or whatever's not in a line, so I don't feel comfortable, so I'm not actually going to show up, but I'm going to keep them on a line. Him, her, she, doesn't matter. Whatever the situation. The thing is, if you change that, and all of a sudden you're like, no more. No more am I going to do this. I choose that, I'm sorry, I really love you, but I can't. You know, I'm busy. I've already made plans. Even maybe if you haven't, then go make some. That way you're not a liar. But change it up. Do something different for yourself. It's not going to be easy to say no, because part of you is thinking, but what if this is the time? What if this is the time that they were going to be real? What if they were actually going to pick me up? What if they were actually going to call? What if they were going to actually text or Skype me? What if I screw up by telling them to go kick rocks? Well, honey, nothing says you got to be rude. Nothing says you got to be mean, but everything says you must be truthful. You must speak your truth. You can no longer go through this. It's diminishing to your soul and to your reputation and to your abundance, because basically you're cutting off a piece of time for somebody that probably isn't going to be there. You maybe turned down some other things that you could have been doing. When they're ready, they're going to be there, come hell or high water. Nothing will be able to stop them. So do yourself a favor. If you're in this situation and you feel like you've been going on a hamster wheel, and every time you get closer to eating the carrot or whatever, it gets pulled away from you, take a look around. Make the change for yourself. You have to be the one that says, no more, this is enough. I respect myself, and I no longer am going to allow myself to be a victim. I promise this will provoke a change in them. It might not be the change you're thinking, and it might not be the change they're thinking, but eventually it will lead to union. And possibly, maybe they weren't your twin flame anyways. What if they are a test, and you standing up for yourself is that final straw that gets them out of the way to make room for your true twin? What if that? What if it's a test for them on respect, that they need to respect others as much as they respect themselves? And every time you show them that it's okay to disrespect you, they don't get to learn their lesson, stopping them from getting union, stopping them from getting what they want to be with you. So there's a lot of ways this can go, and there's a lot of reasons why you need to put an end to it, and that you need to stand up for yourself. I know it's difficult. It always is. It's never easy to be the one to say enough is enough, and that I respect myself enough to love you from a distance. But I promise it will provoke a change. Anybody wanting personal readings, more information on this, anything like that, feel free to DM me, PM me, whatever you like to call it. Check out my websites. I've got more information on Patreon. I have a lot of videos on here. I am so up and willing to make videos on anything that you guys want. So please feel free to let me know about that. Now, some things that you can do while you're doing self-love, okay? Because self-love has to come as a part of this. Pardon me. I've gotten dry. You like my new cup? I put stickers and I Mod Podged it myself. And that is 14 karat gold leaf on there. The fairy Shaenna, in case y'all wondered. Looks just like me. That actually kind of does too. Okay, anyways. Self-love. I have got some gunpowder green tea in here with a little bit of doTERRA lemon. It's epic. I made myself some bath salts today. There's videos coming out on that, depending on when you see this. Maybe you saw it, maybe it's coming up, but I mean, I'm going to take a really epic bath with those. That's self-love. There was times where my twin and me, well, okay, so I went through 8 to 9 months of separation. There was definitely times where I was beside myself with loss, because I wanted to talk to him, even if it was anything. I would go on Messenger and I would like type in his name to see the little green light on. And I wasn't going to write him. I just wanted to see that he was on there, because at least if I saw that he was on there, it was almost like we were together. As sad as that sounds so pathetic. Oh my gosh. But it's true. I did it. I went on his Instagram. I looked at his Instagram. Things like that. To a point, it helped me. But to a point when he was being his negative part of himself, it did not help me, because it showed me the things in life that I felt I had been robbed of, kind of. It's funny, robbed. His name is Robbie. I've been, robbed of those things, kind of. So instead, what I tried to do was this. When I was feeling the extreme detachment from non-communication, and I was the one who put my foot down, and I'm like, no more of this bullshit. I'm going to be good to myself. I had to come up with some things to do. So I'm a very crafty person. When I would start to get down, I would say, I'm going to do a craft. I would sew myself a new outfit. I would make some bath bombs. I made this crown during that time. I would work on my necklace. I would do yoga. I went to go on a walk, go see my dogs. I went to go spend time in nature. Went to go spend the night at a friend's house. I would drink so much tea, it was ridiculous. So many different kinds of tea. I was going to metaphysical stores. I was buying myself crystals. Just really self-indulging. But I wasn't self-indulging to the point where I was becoming a sloth. I was self-indulging to bring myself up. I was eating healthy things. I was listening to music that made me want to sing and dance. I was doing art that made me feel like I had created something and that I had really contributed to the world somehow, even if no one sees it but me. That something beautiful had come out of me. So whenever I'd start to feel separation, and I'd really get that like pull in my heart of, oh my gosh, I can't take this. I'm the one that cut it off. I should write him. I'd stop myself. No, Shaenna, don't do it. Don't do it. Because every time I did write him, I was disappointed. He either would read it and not respond with some asshole remark or some one-word comment, respond with some retarded gif that was completely off the wall that had nothing to do with anything. No matter what it was, it never made me feel good. It was never the I love you, I miss you I was looking for. It was never the, oh my God, I'll be right there, I've made such a horrible mistake. Ever. It never ever was. But when I really gave myself a chance and I put it on the calendar and I literally marked myself out 20 days and I was like, I'm not going to talk to him for 20 days, and I added one more, 21. I'm like, all right, I'm not talking to him. At the end of those days, it was like several days after the end of those days, I had promised myself I wouldn't try to communicate, and I hadn't thought to communicate to him at all. I've told the story a couple times, but my pendulum, I got this thought saying, you know, ask your pendulum if you'll talk to him, and I didn't even want to, but it was my higher self, so I had to listen. I thought, okay, well, pendulum, will I talk to him? It said yes. I said, will it talk to him before this horrible thing happens in his life? It said yes. And I was like, all right, well, I'll talk to him soon. It said yes. And I'm like, haha. I literally laughed out loud. I was like, whatever. I don't even care. Whatever. Next day, he hit me up for frankincense. Very, 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 very next day. And I'm like, alrighty then. He hit me up for frankincense, but part of me knew, yeah, he really likes the frankincense, but it was like a ploy. It was like, he needed to have that excuse. He needed to be a certain kind of ready. He needed to have that excuse. And he did. I'll be honest. Did I do magic before that point in time? Yeah, I totally did. So, but do I believe he would have come regardless of the magic? Yes, in the end of the day, I do. And I have told him that I did magic, and he says he kind of had too. And I feel like we're on even playing grounds. I feel like both of us wanted each other back. Neither one of us ever fell out of love. It's just that he ran because of fears, because it was too intense for him, and a bunch of other things. So, end of the day is a toss-up, but I do know that me taking care of myself, me putting that distance between us, letting him miss me. If you're always like, "Are you miss me yet? Do 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 you miss me yet?" If you're like that, they're like, "Oh shit, I don't miss you. Go the F away. Get out of my life. I'm trying to do me. Get the fuck on." But if you're like, on your own thing, doing your own thing, laughing it up, living it up, having your life, enjoying your life, they will hunt you down. They will hunt you down. They will find a way to be in your life. They'll find a reason to ask you a question. They'll find a reason to need you. They'll find a reason to talk to you and to get it going again. But part of that is that self-respect you're showing yourself, and that's the self-respect that they're going to feel and they're going to show themselves too. And part of the respect they have for themselves is they get whatever they want, and what they want is you. So there is definitely that. So if you're going through all that, I hope this helped. Like I said, leave a message, leave a comment. I love you all so much. I will talk to you later. Bye.